The threats began to emerge from the very first minute that they carried out the kidnapping of our president. They gave Diosdado, Jorge, and me just 15 minutes to respond, or they were going to kill us.
Picture this, a dimly lit room in Caracas, the air thick with tension and fear, as acting President Delcy Rodríguez addresses her closest allies in hushed but urgent tones about the deadliest ultimatum Venezuela has ever heard. In the newly leaked recording obtained from the Venezuelan journalistic collective La Hora de Venezuela, Rodríguez recounts the moment U.S. forces claimed to have captured Nicolás Maduro and offered her and her top ministers just 15 minutes to comply or face death. Her voice cracks with emotion as she recalls how the threats began from the very first minute after Maduro's kidnapping, when she, her brother Jorge, and Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello were told they had no more than a quarter of an hour to decide their fate. The horror in the room is palpable in the recording, as Rodríguez says she was initially told that Maduro and his wife had been assassinated, not seized, and moments later found herself weighing life and death decisions for her country's top leaders. She describes the chilling choice with dramatic flair: comply with Washington's demands or be killed on the spot. A stark threat, she says, was used as a lever of blackmail. But Rodríguez insists she refused to be cowed, telling her comrades that she and her allies were ready to share the same fate as Maduro if necessary, a vow that sent shockwaves through the assembly. Despite the fear, she says her priority became preserving peace, rescuing hostages, and above all, holding on to Venezuela's political power in a time of unparalleled crisis. Her words echo with desperation and defiance, hinting at constant threats and pressure from foreign forces, and paint a picture not just of military conflict, but psychological warfare aimed at a nation's leadership. As this gripping audio spreads, it has sparked controversy and heated debate, questioning whether this was a mere narrative to rally supporters or a genuine account of coercive tactics in the heart of Venezuela's government. Whether truth or political theater, the revelations in this leaked recording have turned global attention to the dramatic and dangerous new chapter unfolding in Venezuelan politics.
In the scenarios we had considered where an attack might occur, we never imagined they would cross that line. Not red, but purple, by attacking the capital that saw the birth of our father, the great liberator Simón Bolívar, by attacking and bombing a city in a South American country. That is not something that exists in our history. And no, I am stating this with absolute and complete knowledge. Although we were expecting them to dare to launch an attack, we never imagined it would be of such a savage and criminal nature in a confrontation that was furthermore so incredibly one-sided. It must be acknowledged, we are currently confronting a formidable nuclear power. We are not facing this challenge with any fear, just so that all of you are fully aware. The threats began to emerge from the very first minute that they carried out the kidnapping of our president. They gave Diosdado, Jorge, and me just 15 minutes to respond, or they were going to kill us. And facing the information we received that they had been murdered, not just kidnapped, we said, oh, no, we are ready to suffer the same fate. And I'm telling you, sis, that assertion, we uphold it to this very day, because the threats are permanent, the blackmail attempts are constant, and we ourselves must proceed with patience and strategic prudence with very, very clear objectives, my brothers and sisters. Our objectives are absolutely clear. The first of these is to preserve the peace of the Republic. The second, we absolutely must rescue our hostages. Huh? Someone told us, well, they're going to be blackmailing us on a permanent basis with the president and the first combatant. And what we said was, they're declaring themselves in combat over there, and we're declaring ourselves in combat right here. But that doesn't mean for a second that we aren't extremely cautious with every single step we take, always keeping them in mind. Every single move we make, every step forward we take, or every strategy we implement, we do it with them in our thoughts.
And the third point that I want to make.
Meanwhile, Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodríguez branded opposition leader Maria Corina Machado as shameful while visiting communities affected by the January 3rd U.S. strikes in Catia La Mar on Saturday. Rodríguez's remarks came after Machado presented U.S. President Donald Trump with her Nobel Peace Prize medal as a gesture of gratitude.
Right now, an urgent need for national unity to protect the peace and tranquility of our people. There can be no political or partisan differences when Venezuela's peace is at stake. There must be no divisions. Venezuela needs to be a single national body. It is truly disgraceful to see a Venezuelan woman, one who claims to be a Venezuelan herself, go and express her gratitude for the bombing and the foreign military aggression directed against Venezuela. I do not believe that she is Venezuelan because the sentiment of the Venezuelan people is the rejection of any kind of aggression that would cause suffering to our people, that would cause distress among our youth, among our children. I do not believe that we can call that Venezuelan. So from here, the call for all
well, even with all our differences, we absolutely must speak to each other with respect. Despite our differences, we have to find a way to come together and reach a mutual agreement. And why is that so important?
Well, for the people of Venezuela, whoever lacks that awareness, well, is without a compass. They are without a compass in life, and especially without a political compass regarding what the exercise of politics in Venezuela should truly be. We must institutionalize politics, and politics must be for peace, for independence, and for the historical dignity of Venezuela. Great. From here, I issue a call to all of Venezuela. I have stated this since the 5th day of January, when I was forced to be sworn in due to the kidnapping of President Nicolás Maduro and of the first combatant lady, Attila Flores. Milate, I swore by the boys and girls of Venezuela, by its youth, I swore to protect the Venezuelan people, and we must protect each other. And one way to protect each other is to know how to guarantee and preserve democratic coexistence, even with our diversity. Diversity exists, plurality exists, differences exist, but there are supreme values, and one supreme value is peace, which must unite us all. A supreme value is the independence of Venezuela, the dignity of Venezuela, which must unite us. And I have seen many, our children, our young girls, and we are standing here in Catia La Mar, specifically in the Las Casitas sector, which was severely impacted and affected by the bombing that occurred on January 3rd, where homes were completely destroyed, 64 families. Look, these are civilian residential areas, home to people who possess no military status whatsoever, nor are they engaged in any security-related activities. A civilian population that was impacted by missiles. And we've spent 2 weeks alongside the governor, the national government, recovering homes. There are people who suffered a total loss of their homes. Well, I've instructed the teams to immediately secure housing to guarantee, well, a roof over our children. It's the most important thing. And for us to be able to heal, to truly mend and repair the profound wound of anguish that this attack has left behind is something of paramount importance for the entire Venezuelan population, which it's important for the Venezuelan population who feels affected, who still feels the impact, who has anxiety, to know that we will provide social intervention, we will provide health intervention also to guarantee the integrity of physical, mental health, because we know that our people have been traumatized, but we also know that the dignity of the Venezuelan people is the primary shield we possess to preserve our integrity as a nation, to guarantee our territorial integrity, and to preserve our national independence. So we are present throughout the entire national territory, and particularly we are in those areas that were severely impacted by the attack of January 3rd.